Hey guys, it's Sam with The Blind Life. So I recently had the honor of sitting down with one of the co-creators of Sunu. Now, if you are like, what in the world is Sunu? Well, Sunu is a smartwatch that was designed for the visually impaired. This amazing device uses sonar technology to help you navigate the world around you, but it's so much more than just that. And now if you're like, wow, that's pretty cool, where can I learn more about this awesome device? Check out my video popping out on the card right there. I will also put a link in the description box down below. If you're using a screen reader, it's going to be the first link you come to. So I got to sit down with Fernando Albertorio. Like I said, one of the co-creators of Sunu, amazing, low vision himself. I met up with him and said, hey, let me ask you some questions. He said, yes, let's do it. So here is that interview. I hope you enjoy it. Fernando Albertorio of Sunu.
Hi Sam, my name is Fernando Albertorio and I am the co-founder and chief accessibility officer for Sunu. At Sunu we create technologies that empower independence for those who are blind and low vision as well. I was born with ocular cutaneous albinism. I have low vision. I'm legally blind. I also have nystagmus. And so I have a background in technology in the areas of sensors. Have my degree in chemistry and also a postdoc in physics from Harvard. Growing up, I always was very interested in science and technology. When I was in school, you know, I had friends of mine who would read the board for me, or I would borrow a notebook. I would always figure out a way to basically be on par with my sighted friends as well. When I got into study chemistry and I started working in a much more technical career, and again, you know, working in the lab, it's not a very accessible environment. I had to basically figure out ways to work safely. So again, I used a lot of my tools and cobbled together, hacked different type of solutions to allow me to do that technical work. I was working with electronics, with small devices, again, my handheld magnifier, or as you know, we got into more technology like the iPads or other devices like cameras were super helpful in allowing me to do my job as a chemist and then later on as a physicist at Harvard. Sunu is a technology company that I co-created with my friends and founders, Marco Trujillo and Cuatli Padilla. I'd actually started in Guadalajara, Mexico with Marco and Cuatli. They were finishing up their degrees in engineering and mechatronics and were completing up their community service project. And they chose to do this at a school for the blind in Guadalajara. They were really interested in learning how kids would play and also learn orientation and mobility. And one thing that they noticed is that the young kids would run around and be more active, but as kids were getting older, the older ones were more sedentary because essentially they were having more accidents to the upper body or just having accidents when they were moving about. And when they talk to the children, and basically they express a lot of frustration, a lot of anxiety, even when they were walking about their environments, and even learning when using the white cane. And so this got Marco and Cuatli thinking about how they could improve this for the kids. And they brought one of the early prototypes of Sunu to the school. It was essentially a wristband that had a sonar sensor, a battery, and a vibrating motor. And the idea is that could you use sonar and echolocation to, very similar to how bats navigate in the wild, but do the electronic form of what they call echolocation, transmit information about the environment to heighten awareness and perception, and then enable mobility and navigation for the children. And what they noticed is that, you know, the kids started running around and solving these makeshift mazes. They were being more active, playing during recess, and as well as using it in their orientation and mobility lessons. And this caught the attention of the parents, the teachers at the school. There was a lot of questions and wondering about, you know, what was the potential for this device and how it could have a big impact. And that basically got Marco and Cuatli on the journey of creating Sunu. What we came up with is the smartwatch that is a multi-tool for mobility and navigation, and yet works as a complement to the white cane, the guide dog, or the person's residual vision. So even if they're low vision, partially sighted, the idea with the Sunu Band is to augment the person's awareness, heighten that perception, work as an extension of the senses so that they can be more aware of the objects or obstacles that are within the environment. It works as a smartwatch, and it's designed to have an entirely tactile experience. So there are no LEDs, no screens on the Sunu Band. It also connects to our mobile app for iOS and Android. And with the apps, you get access to features to support navigation, like a compass. And then you can access other apps. For instance, our Place Finder app will tell you about what's nearby you, what places of interest. We also have other apps like an activity tracker. We're constantly developing new apps for the Sunu Band. So as a platform, it's always growing. So why would I recommend Sunu to individuals? You know, when I grew up, I didn't have a white cane, and I certainly didn't go through cane training, and yet I simply wanted to blend in. With my low vision, I hacked different ways of getting by, whether at school, at the job, or even at home, and so that I can do the same things as my siblings and my friends. Sunu basically gives me an opportunity to augment my awareness in a way that's discreet. It reduces a lot of the frustration, the anxiety of having an aid, but yet also makes it, through our technology and the platform that we offer, it gives me more access. It's actually providing me more information than any other aid that I've seen in the market. And I've done a lot of research into this. I grew up going to the centers. I've done studies at the NIH and as well at the leading institutes for low vision and blindness. I've been always at the looking out, keeping an eye on, no pun intended, on the latest in technologies for myself and seeing what's out there. And since the first time I saw the Sunu Band, I realized its potential for a device that could not only augment the awareness, but also close the information gap, and just even forget about the gap. It's just taking you far beyond what we can do right now, augmenting our abilities, our senses, and augmenting the way we get information about our surroundings.
And it's only the beginning.
It's only the beginning. Yeah.
Excellent. So a huge thank you to Fernando for sitting down and answering some of my questions. I really appreciated it. And like I said, just a really nice guy. If you would like to learn more about Fernando and Sunu, check out the link in the description down below. That will be the second link that will take you to the Sunu website where you can learn more. And if you want to learn more about me and what I do, definitely hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with the videos I put out in the future. Also, tick on the little notification bell right next to the subscribe button. That way you'll be alerted every time I put out a video. Be sure to hit the like button. And as always, Sam with The Blind Life. I'll see you next time.